What's going on, friends? Logan Myers here for the second edition of Comic Book Reviews. I'm going to talk about John Carpenter's Tales of Science Fiction. And if you don't know who John Carpenter is, stop watching right now and go do your homework. The man behind Halloween, They Live, The Thing. The list goes on and on. The guy knows his shit and is my favorite horror movie director. The dude's got it, even at an older age. John Carpenter and his wife Sandy King, the longtime collaboration between the two, bring us a new series, Tales of Science Fiction, and it is top-notch. The comic series is put out by Storm King Comics. Sandy King was just at C2E2 in Chicago, and she did a Q&A panel talking about the series, so I was really excited about the upcoming books and reading them and reviewing it for this YouTube channel right here. And I want to say thanks to Liz at Sphinx PR for hooking up Cinephellas with the first 2 copies of the series. It's a 3-book series, and I'm going to talk about the first 2. So this group of people's out in space. We have a mission specialist, an officer, a pilot, the whole group, and they come across an abandoned ship up in space, and like most people are like, hey, let's investigate this. Nothing could go wrong, right? And when they're on the ship, they encounter some sort of fungus, this like really liquidy fungus all over the walls, and they start finding these weird poems, like encrypted poem messages, and they're trying to figure out who would have put these up here. Who knows these poems, in space? That's when weird things start happening. Their suits malfunction, and they have this fungus, and they're breathing it in, and things start to get really weird, as you can imagine. And one of my favorite characters in the book, Lewis, the big buff guy, tough guy, encounters the fungus, he gets it on him, and shit starts to hit the fan. And what I really liked about the first book, there's a lot of comedic dialogue, these characters interacting with each other and busting each other's balls. It's really funny, and the artwork is top-notch. It's very realistic when you actually see the characters up close. It was really well done, and all around it was a great first book in this series. In the second book, the group comes across a giant pod that looks like it's holding a queen lizard-like alien species, and they're trying to figure it out, and they're sitting there, and then one of the pilots on the ship, is thinking like, what can we do with this? And he's like really creepy about it, and you just know that he's up to something. Later on in the book, the pod is broken open. You're trying to figure out what happened to this species, this lizard-like creature. And then towards the end, you figure it out, and it opens up a can of worms because there's more than one of these creatures just running around the ship. Just a matter of time, until you piss them off, and they'll come after you and try to kill you. You get to see these alien creatures. They're really well done. They're like super dark green, and like huge teeth, and they're like creepy looking, and it brought some suspense to the storyline. And the crew members, they also find this clock that's counting down from an hour, and they don't really know what the countdown is for. Is the ship going to explode, or the creature's going to come out in an hour and just massacre and kill everybody on the ship? We don't know. So that's a storyline that we're trying to figure out, and hopefully they'll bring this into the final book of the series, book 3. So the first 2 books were top-notch, excellent, something I was really looking forward to, and I was not disappointed with these monsters, these crew members, these cryptic poem messages on the walls, this countdown. We don't know what's going to happen until the 3rd and final book. So I'm really looking forward to reading that and see what happens with these characters and how this story evolves. I'm going to give John Carpenter's Tales of Science Fiction a 5 out of 5 hail pieces. What did you guys think? Have you guys read the first 2 books in this series? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? What did you like about it? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to hit subscribe right below. This is the one and only Logan Myers signing out from outer space. Hopefully I don't get killed by aliens. Until next time, cheese!